Wouldn't it be cool if we could jump into a time machine and visit any decade, any century with the click of one button? We can witness how the pyramids were built. We can explore old Cairo before all the heavy traffic existed. It would be fascinating to watch the Sphinx being carved. And how much gold was really in this city? Well, maybe someday that technology will exist and all questions would be answered. Our time in Cairo was definitely busy, and if you missed any of it, we got a chance to ride some camels at the pyramids. We explored inside a tomb. We made our way to the Great Sphinx. We battled our way through the chaotic traffic. We saw how papyrus paper was made. We visited the Egyptian Museum. We picked up some lunch and did a little shopping. And it was time to leave Cairo and head south to Upper Egypt. The less chaotic city of Aswan was our next destination. Our flight to Aswan was about an hour and a half. We landed early morning and our guide picked us up. Our first destination was the Aswan High Dam. Not much to see here, but we get our first glimpse of how peaceful Aswan is compared to Cairo. We were super excited today because our first temple was on the itinerary. Bypass all the aggressive sellers, yes, even the children, and we make our way to the dock. Now you see, this temple can only be reached by boat because it's on an island. More souvenirs are shoved down our throats, but we stayed strong and just said no. We hop on our boat and begin our 15-minute ride to the island. It was a perfect day to be on the river.
You all set?
The boat ride was calm and soothing, and the landscape was beautiful.
Yeah.
Unused boats were parked waiting for more tourists, and the creative housing on the cliffs gave it that Egyptian authentic feeling. Finally, we got a glimpse of the prize. Our first temple. It looked like it was in great shape.
What?
The Philae Temple complex is one of Egypt's most fascinating ancient sites. It was originally located on Philae Island, a sacred place with connections to the cult of Isis that date back thousands of years ago. In the early 20th century, the complex was partially flooded after the construction of the Aswan Low Dam. Later, plans for a second dam caused UNESCO to launch a salvation project which relocated the temples to the higher ground on neighboring Al-Ghakeya Island. There are several ways to visit the Philae Temple complex. Al-Ghakeya Island is featured on the itinerary of most of the cruises. Alternatively, many operators offer day tours from Aswan that take tourists to the Philae Temple complex as well as nearby attractions like the unfinished obelisk and the Aswan High Dam. It's also possible to arrange a visit independently. Simply take a taxi from Aswan to the Marina Philae Temple, where official boats wait to transport visitors to Al-Ghakeya Island. It was great to finally see our first temple and fun trying to decipher the hieroglyphics on the wall. Our tour guide for the next 3 days, Monsieur, explained in great detail what they all meant. It was wonderful because we understood a lot during the remainder of our trip. Every temple has their own story to tell. Who ruled this land, who died here, and who built this section. Even new technology discoveries were written on these walls. And the really neat thing about roaming these halls is that you feel like you have literally stepped back in time. It's mysterious, it's adventurous, and it's exciting. I wonder how long it took to carve all of this out. How many people did they have doing it? And what happens if they messed up? Did they start over with a new slab of rock? These were the questions that nobody could answer for me. If I only had a time machine. We left the temple with an overwhelming feeling, a feeling of wanting more. Aswan was the beginning of our Nile cruise, and it finished in the city of Luxor. It was a small cruise ship with plenty of room space. During the month of our trip in January, it was unusually cold in Egypt, and our room was freezing. To fix the problem, my wife grabbed the supplied hairdryer and turned it on during the day. And it worked. While everyone was complaining about how cold it was in their room, we were nice and toasty. We were excited to finally start our trip down the famous Nile River. The Nile River is the longest river in the world, and it's also called the father of African rivers. It rises south of the equator and flows northward through northeastern Africa to drain into the Mediterranean Sea. It is one of the only rivers that flow north instead of south. And when you're tired of paddling yourself, then hitch a ride, if you can catch the boat in time. Everywhere you look, there's something new and interesting in the banks of the Nile. These are the tombs of the nobles, the keepers of the gate of the south. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to explore the hilltop tombs. Maybe next visit. We've been on many cruises before, but nothing quite like this one. It was a much smaller ship, more intimate, and a lot less people. We never cruised during the night, and unlike an ocean cruise line, the river cruise gave you something more. Beautiful scenery all the time. It was exciting to see the small towns on the riverbank and families getting together for a picnic. This was the less stressful lifestyle of the South, and I was digging it. Our next temple on the itinerary was Kom Ombo. We arrived in the evening and had a wonderful experience seeing the temple at night. The word Kom in Arabic means the small hill, and the word Ombo in the hieroglyphic ancient Egyptian language means the gold. Therefore, the word Kom Ombo means the hill of the gold. The temple is unique because it is in fact a double temple, dedicated to Sobek, the crocodile god, and Horus, the falcon-headed god. The layout combines two temples in one, and each side having its own gateways and chapels. Sobek is associated with the wicked god Seth, the enemy of Horus. In the Horus myth, the allies of Seth made their escape by changing themselves into crocodiles. Evidence can be seen everywhere carved on the temple walls and pillars. It was quite amazing how detailed the carvings were. Sobek's chief sanctuary was at Kom Ombo, where there were once huge numbers of crocodiles. Until recent times, the Egyptian Nile was infested with these ferocious animals, who would lay on the riverbank and devour animals and humans alike. Captive crocodiles were kept within the temple, and many mummified crocodiles have been found in cemeteries, some of which can be seen in the temple sanctuary today. The following morning, we awake to a beautiful, cool day. Our ship was sailing at a comfortable speed, and we got a chance to see the fascinating landscape along the river. You can only imagine what it would have been like to live in the ancient times of Egypt. We approach a small town and get a glimpse of Egyptian country living. I only wish we had a chance to roam the streets here and frolic with the locals. We arrived in Esna. The Esna Lock is a scenic photo spot for the Nile travelers while crossing on board their Nile cruises onto Edfu coming from Luxor, or onto Luxor from Edfu departing from Aswan. Esna city is located on the west bank of Egypt River Nile, about 33 miles south of Luxor. Again, we were greeted with aggressive merchants, this time from small rowboats below us. They even threw up the merchandise to me for a desperate sale. I've never witnessed anything like this before. Today, Esna is a somewhat sleepy, if busy, merchant and farming town, with a weaving industry on the west bank of the Nile where the entertainment more resides in the Saturday animal market. I loved watching the tuk-tuks populate the streets here. We don't have tuk-tuks in the States. And the farmers towing their load by donkey. The Esna Lock has two entrances. The front entrance is 32 meters in length, while the back entrance is 29.3 meters long. The Esna Lock was constructed to avoid the gap caused by the waterfalls. Boats enter and then the lock closes to let the water out to lower the boat. To raise the boat, it's vice versa. Filling the lock with water and emptying it is carried out through 4 automatic gates, while there is a control tower which manages filling and emptying the lock, which takes about 6 minutes. It was a real cool experience watching the ship go through the lock. Now, I've been told on a busy day it could take hours to get through the locks because of all the ships that want to enter. We got lucky. We managed to get through the lock at a great pace. There were only 2 of us waiting to get through. On the last night of the cruise, we received an unexpected surprise, an authentic Turkish belly dance team. It was a wonderful demonstration of both Turkish-inspired music and dancing that delighted the crowd. It really completed the whole Nile cruise experience. We even got a chance to join in and show off our awesome belly dance turned into Russian dance skills. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, MS Crown Jubilee, and especially Muhammad for taking such good care of us. It's peaceful down here, or up here, however you want to see it. We're halfway through our trip, and the sun is setting, closing the curtains on another day, and we can't wait to see what's next. On the next SteinVentures, we make it to the city of many temples, Luxor. There's plenty to see and do here as we explore the temple of Hatshepsut. We get down and dirty at an alabaster factory. We are awestruck by the colors inside the tombs while visiting the Valley of the Kings. And we hit the biggest temple of them all, the Karnak Temple. This is what we have been waiting for. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my channel.